Welcome back to the Deep Dig Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew. My other host, right over there.
What's up? It's Dee. Good to see you again. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Drop some comments below. Let us know your thoughts.
Today we are talking CJ McCollum and the second apron. Here is what he had to say about the deal that he helped put together for the CBA.
You shouldn't be punished for drafting well. Like if you draft well, we've seen some teams be really fortunate in the draft. And now you get to that position Oklahoma City's going through right now where you got to pay a lot of players who are really good and you draft them. You shouldn't be punished for drafting well. You should be able to pay and keep and retain the players that you've drafted. And when you have those windows to where you really have a chance to compete and win a championship, you shouldn't have such severe restrictions. But those are things that, the league and the players union will have to figure out, and there will continue to be a discussion and a dialogue around it.
Hey guys, players, figure it out. Because I set it up this way, so figure it out now. What are your thoughts? What's your first thing you think of when you see him say that?
I don't want to say arrogant, but it's pretty arrogant to be like, it shouldn't be this way. It should be set up a different way. If I was running things, it'd be different. It's like, CJ, you were running things. You were in there. You were doing this. You fought for the CBA to be what it is. And you could have made things different. You could have made a huge difference, but you were, and I did see this, that people were talking and they were like, or someone tweeted that it's so weird that CJ McCollum thinks this, or the CBA is the way it is with the second apron because CJ McCollum really thought that him and the Trailblazers thought they were going to win the championship the year Kevin Durant went to the Warriors. And CJ McCollum actually quote tweeted that and was like, you think I have that much pull? Or he said something like weird like that. And people were like, yeah, CJ, you were the president. Yeah, it all trickled down because of that. Because you thought of the super team as blocking you out, you had this bias when it came to building out the CBA a certain way to block super teams.
Yeah, it's crazy. He really thought legit they were going to win They were nowhere near a championship. Yeah, they were fun. They were a fun team with Lillard and him, but they were not a championship level team. And this was completely to stop the Warriors' dominance and to stop teams from going all in and paying superstar players. And what it's done, it's destroyed teams who have a lot of talent. The Celtics are getting screwed by this right now.
Yes.
Their starting lineup going into next year is Derek White, Anthony Simmons, Jaylen Brown, George Niang, and Luke Garza. It is off. That's a team that maybe is going to win the first round. Maybe in the East. And that's what he set up. And now the Warriors, if you look at them, they're struggling because they're always going to be around that second apron because they've had star talent throughout that they mostly drafted.
Yes, it has been hurting the teams that draft really well because guess what? When you draft well, you have a lot of good players that you need to pay. And he was right. Like he said in the clip, Oklahoma City's going through it. The Celtics just decimated their roster. And honestly, they didn't have like anything crazy as far as, you know what? Kristaps Porzingis held out and he said that he only wanted to go to Boston. No, it was a legit deal that they worked out. Guess what? We have Jason Tatum. We have Jaylen Brown. We ended up acquiring Derek White. Like they had things. Holiday was a legit acquisition. It wasn't anything crazy where it was like, okay, I'm LeBron and I'm choosing to collude with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade and we're going to go over to one team. None of that happened, yet you're getting punished because you put together a really good roster. It's stupid. It is really dumb the way that this CBA worked out.
And he also went on to say like, oh, well, we didn't want to set it up to where it hurts the middle class at all. There is no middle class in the NBA anymore. Like it is phasing out. You could see guys like Cam Thomas, Kuminga not getting any money because they're those middle of the road guys where it's like, hey, I would not give you a max. So here's a minimum deal. Like that's crazy. I know we were getting kind of out of hand with NBA contracts where everyone who had a pulse was getting $70 million. But now there's guys who are going to free agency and not getting any buzz because teams have their 2 guys that they pay and everyone else is on low contracts. And it's making players retire early. And yes, rookies are getting on those, but rookies' second contracts aren't coming.
Yeah, no, be prepared. I mean, this is going to be something until it gets fixed, where there is going to be no middle class in it unless you have a full roster of middle class, which we see that does not happen. You are not going to, even when, like, let's think back to Buddy Hield when he was on the Kings. He was like, I'm going to hold out because you're either going to give me the max or you're not. And if you're not, then who are you going to pay? And everyone looked around like, yeah, he's kind of right. I mean, who are you going to pay then? Like, who are you going to, what, you might as well just pay Buddy, do it. And so you are going to have those teams where it's like, nobody really deserves a max, but let's just do it. Like, all right, this is our max guy. Go ahead. Cool. And then it's going to hamstring you. I mean, you're not going to build a roster of just middle contracts until we get a guy. You either have to find your guy and just roll with him, or you're going to pay top dollar to acquire someone via trade.
And I think there's people who try to spin it in a good way where it's like, well, now we get all this player movement. Look at how many trades already happened in this offseason to get players. It's actually kind of screwed CJ himself because now he had to go play for Washington. But you get a lot of player movement. I think it's actually not that great because we're not building teams that are going to be cohesive. We're not building up a culture. We're basically picking 2 to 3 guys and saying everyone else is interchangeable. A lot of guys are going to be getting flipped until hopefully we hit the right combination. But every season it's going to be a shuffle.
Yeah, it's NBA street rosters where you have 2 guys and then you have some people standing on the sidelines like, okay, like, tag me when I'm in. Let me know.
Like right now, the Celtics have been decimated. The Nuggets, I think, are going to be in trouble with Jokic, and they've already kind of reshuffled by trading Michael Porter Jr. The Thunder are definitely not going to be able to stay together. I was reading the Hawks are having trouble with the second apron because they've hit on some of this younger talent, and they're not even a good team. So this isn't even benefiting a team that is not competing for a title. Like, they're a team that's gonna be decimated. They're gonna have to trade a bunch of guys when they're still trying to compete.
Yeah, they're still trying to build up to being a competitor in the league, and they're already getting hit with penalties. I don't know, man. Again, I think I seen someone talking about it, and surprisingly on ESPN, where they were like, this is ridiculous that we are having this conversation about accounting in the NBA offseason. Like, it's not fun. I don't care. I don't want to hear about, oh, well, if we go past this certain dollar amount, it does this and that. It's not even, like, when we get down to it, it is not even the billionaires' monies that own this team that are paying these rosters. It is the TV deal that is doing that. So who cares? I don't give a shit. And even then, even if we did have the owners pay out of pocket, I don't care. You own a $1 billion franchise. You have the money. You get money every year from the NBA itself. Fuck you. Pay the money. I don't care.
And the thing is, the owners are greedy. They're not gonna pay extra. If you're saying, okay, you can just pay the second apron tax and keep your team together, they are never gonna do it. They are always gonna cut, and they're gonna cut down. This is a league they just turned down potentially expanding to 32 teams because they don't want to split up the TV revenue 2 more ways. They're making money hand over fist, and they shut it down because they're like, we can't lose a fraction. We cannot lose any of it.